Let's do this. Today I'm going to talk to you about the 3 lessons I've learned so far. It's been 15 weeks I'm doing this vlog, which means it's been 15 weeks that I'm working on in 5 years. And here is what I've understood so far. Lesson number 1. The size of the story will determine how long it will take to make your movie. It might sound very obvious, but as soon as you're adding actors, exteriors, dialogues, any type of effects, your script is going to take more work to make. And by more work, I mean it can add weeks, months, or years into making your film. When I was writing in 5 years, I knew it was not something I could do with my money. I had to find producers and I had to find real budget. And the more I'm working on it, the more I'm realizing it. Yesterday, I was making research on an indie filmmaker I'm going to interview tomorrow, and in my head, she made her movie very, very fast. But then I started digging and making some research on the internet to see how long it had been since she's been working on it. And it's been 10 years. 10 years. That's 520 weeks. And this is where the distinction between mumblecore versus indie movie is coming as far as I'm concerned. Mumblecore is a term that was coined by a group of filmmakers, including the Duplass brothers, Joe Swanberg, and I think Lynn Shelton. And basically, you're shooting a feature film with whatever you have. If you have a chair, a room, and 5 friends, this is what your movie is going to be. So it's a very quick turnaround, and actually, Joe Swanberg has been known for making 7 feature films in 1 year. Yes, that's true. And the way he works is that he's literally making 1 feature film in 6 days. He doesn't write a screenplay, he writes an outline, he shoots 5 to 6 hours a day with his actors, and then he goes and he edits what he has shot, and depending on the result, he's going to correct course or goes somewhere deeper the next day. He does that for 6 days, and at the end of the 6 days, he has a feature film. And this is possible because he starts with an outline, and the outline has the theme and whatever he has within his power to make the theme comes to life. If you're writing a screenplay right now, I think it's very important that you be realistic about whatever you're writing and understand that each element you're adding into your film is going to make the production take more time. Even if you're super connected and have a lot of friends, just look at Spielberg, at Scorsese, all their movies never go fast. Besides Woody Allen, nobody is able to pull out a movie in a quick turnaround as soon as there are more than 1 location and a few actors. Lesson number 2, you need to have more than 1 project going on at all times. This is not true just for producers, it's especially true for filmmakers. You cannot just focus on this 1 film. This is something I feel very strong about after these 15 weeks working on in 5 years, because of the lesson number 1, where I'm learning that it might take forever, and not only it might take forever, but it might collapse. Not that I want to, and not that I won't fight against it, but you need to be realistic. Something you can feel super passionate about can take literally a decade to happen. And there's another reason for that. Even if it happens, even if your project happens very, very fast, and let's say that everything goes smoothly, what's next? This is always the question that everybody is asking. What else do you want to do? And you need to have an answer. There is this very famous example with I don't know how to say his name. The director of Primer, he took 7 years to make his film. He did everything. He acted, he wrote, he filmed, he edited. He had no experience whatsoever. He produced it, and then it won Sundance, and everybody wanted to meet this guy and was like, Shane Carruth. Shane Carruth is his name. And they were like, what do you want to do next? What do you want to do next? And he was like, I don't know. I just spent 7 years on my movie. I don't know what I want to do next. I just wanted to finish this movie. I recently heard Morgan Spurlock, who did Super Size Me, explain that before sending their application to Sundance, he already knew what was going to be his next project. And this is exactly what happened. He got meetings with everybody and they said, what do you want to do next? And he had his project ready. and within a week he had a deal. In my case, I'm always trying to juggle with several balls, and right now I think what I'm going to do is commit on doing the 100-day project. It's a project I've done last year, where basically for 100 days you pick something. It can be creative or not creative, but you pick one thing you're going to repeat for 100 days. Last year I was doing 100 days of Rhonda. Rhonda Bazooka is a character I created that I've used to do animation, that I've used to do graphic novel, that I've used to do drawings, and I did 100 days of Rhonda being a character. It was an amazing experience. The ripple effects of doing something for 100 days are absolutely amazing. This year I thought I'm not going to do it, it's too much work, it's a lot of work, and I already have my movie and I already have so many stuff going on. But then I decided, you know what, let's do it. This is when you stretch your comfort zone to the most, and this is where great stuff happens. So I'm going to do the 100 days, and it's going to be a video project. I will announce it with more details on the Creative Break community shortly if you want to join the fun. Number 3, casting. I'm understanding more and more that what is going to make your indie film marketable is casting. I am the first one to love when there's a movie with unknown actors and they're well cast and these actors are very good. This is what I kind of want for in 5 years. I want faces and I want people who look real rather than people that would be recognized. So there is this kind of art of deciding, does the movie need recognizable face to move people to the theater, assuming you are going for a theatrical release, or can you do with unknown people? The very famous indie producer Christine Vachon explains this very well when she's saying, when you make a movie like Boys Don't Cry, you don't need to have a famous face. The fact that they casted Hilary Swank, who was completely unknown, was perfect because you need the audience to believe that is she a boy or is she a girl, and to be like in this zone like the other characters where you're wondering who is this person. If you knew her as an actor, it wouldn't work. On the other hand, with the movie Carol from Todd Haynes, however good the movie is, you need to have very famous actresses to make this film a successful theatrical release, but also a successful award film. Vachon says it very clearly. We will never know, but there is a high level of chance that Carol wouldn't have worked that well if Cate Blanchett and Rooney Mara were not in it, which makes people feel like this is a movie that I want to go and watch in the big screen in the dark, rather than waiting for it to be released on Netflix and just go for it. So basically the third lesson is, what type of casting do you need to raise your chances of cutting through the noise? So these are the 3 lessons I've learned so far in these 15 weeks working on in 5 years and making this vlog. I hope they're useful. You will find all the links to the related content I mentioned in the description below. If you've enjoyed this video, let me know in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, share the video, and let's try to make it in less than 10 years.